Hey guys, welcome back to Triage Time. I'm Will Carroll, and here at Fantasy College Blitz, we're taking care of all the business about fantasy college football. Big week this week, a lot of rivalry games, teams wrapping up their season. I know a lot of you are getting ready for the fantasy playoffs. There's a lot of injuries to talk about, so let me get a little coffee in me, and we'll be ready to go. Look, Dennis Pitta, the tight end from BYU, sprained MCL, probably out for the huge Utah game. They're going to try to play him. They've been bracing him up in practice, and he's moving well. So I'm going to say that he's in. A lot of people are going to disagree with me, but crossing my fingers, my sources tell me that he's going to be in there. They think he's going to live up to his big per-game average at the tight end position. Huge game for a lot of teams as Utah tries to break into the BCS. Let's move to Kansas now, where there's a lot of injuries. Jake Sharp, the running back, he was injured against Texas, and he is not much better despite the bye. He hurt his ribs, and that's something that can really linger. It's something of a pain tolerance injury, but let's face it, it's very, very painful. Looks like Mangino is going to go with the committee there. Also in Kansas, the Jayhawks have a problem with Kerry Meyer. He injured his hamstring, that is, on the first play in the Texas game. It's more likely that he'll play in the Border War game coming up, but he is going to be limited, so look for them to spot him in. Also, in the state of Kansas, but a different game, different team, Josh Freeman, the quarterback from Kansas State, had a concussion. It's unfortunately all too common. He's had a solid recovery. They're taking all the precautions, but it looks like he is going to play in the Wildcats' next game. Also in the Big Ten, but down a little bit, Kendall Hunter, the Doak Walker finalist. Things are looking a little bit better for him. Has a quad strain, really held him back during the Colorado game, but he has until the 29th to get ready. The big game against Oklahoma. Oklahoma has a tough game this weekend against Texas Tech and what has national championship implications. But let's not forget, Oklahoma State, as good as they've been, without a win over Oklahoma, their season it just isn't complete. Down in South Florida, Matt Grothe has a minor ankle sprain. He'll be ready for the UConn game. They're not likely to let him run as much, so he'll be back passing, something he's done a better job of this year. Let's go to the Big Ten, where Brandon Miner from Michigan has been a part of that disappointing season for the Wolverines. And while the Ohio State game might not have the implications it once did, it's still a big game for those two teams. Miner will be ready. McGuffey, however, is very iffy. Neither is a great option this week, mostly due to the competition, but also due to injuries. Also in the Big Ten, Eric Decker, the wide receiver from Minnesota. The ankle's still holding him back. They want to have him in the game, but they're going to spot him in. Put him in, mostly in those situations where they need him. They'll have to put him in a couple decoy plays so you can't key up on him. Down in Southern Miss, Hattiesburg, Damian Fletcher couldn't play through his bad hammy last week. It's much, much better this week. He's still sore, but he's running well in practice. Looks good for him. Final one for the week, Louisville, Victor Anderson. The running back there, he's their leading rusher, but he's out with a concussion. They're not sure if he's going to be ready for West Virginia. Making progress, very, very iffy, so have a backup ready to go. Hey, I'm Will Carroll, and this has been Triage Time. No gimmicks this week, just good information. We'll see you next time.